Hey, what's up, guys? Anthony, Tara, and Max here. E3 is over.
We killed it.
We killed it
We
dead.
have killed it, and we will carry E3's corpse through the streets, and garlands shall fall upon it.
The women shall weep, and the men shall gnash their teeth.
It's been a long week.
Can you guys tell we're really tired right now?
We're very tired.
But anyway, the show is over. The ballots have been counted, all 3 of our ballots, and we somehow wound up with 5 nominees for Best of Show.
I don't know how that worked exactly.
I voted 4 times. Actually, Max didn't even get to vote.
So we're gonna run these down one by one for you, and we're gonna finish up by announcing our best game of E3 2012. Starting off, I think, with a super strong one, and one that just was a huge surprise, or announced a huge surprise: Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, that was boats, man. Boats.
No, I mean, I saw this way back in February, and I was like, it got me interested in Assassin's Creed 3, and I was impressed with what they showed then. And since then, they've not only shown off more, they showed off boats, and you can pet dogs.
Yeah.
And
you can
and
pet
then on
dogs,
top of that,
you guys.
I mean, this is sort of this doesn't really count because it's a separate game. But the fact that they've got a Vita game going along with it, it's just like that's a huge offering on Ubisoft's part for that, and I'm excited. It's obviously it's part of the series, but it seems like they're really making a strong effort to try and kind of capture new audience with it.
Yeah, I think they knew that it was time to kind of revitalize. They started getting a little formulaic around Brotherhood, and you can tell, like, when they were doing things like bomb crafting and tower defense, that it was just like, we got to throw everything at this series to see what
people need
sticks.
to kill some deer.
It works, though. Like, Assassin's Creed hasn't really been on my map before, but it's definitely the type of game where the more you see of it, the more interested you are in it.
For sure. Tara, what was your nominee?
Funny you should ask that, because
I think we all know.
Rayman Legends is amazing. That was definitely the best Wii U game that I checked out. The team at Ubisoft is so fucking talented. Like, the things that they do, the way that they leverage the features of the Wii U, it's freaking incredible. And they put a lot more emphasis on music in the game, which has always been like a big part of the Rayman series, but it's even more so now. And it's just terrific. I really wish you guys had gotten to play it, but
yeah, I got to stand behind somebody's shoulder as they played it and cry like a baby.
Yeah.
But it says a lot to me that the things we're most excited about for Nintendo's console are Ubisoft games.
Ubisoft killed it this year.
Oh,
like, they had such a great lineup, and Far Cry 3.
Yep, that's another one.
Think of it as another one of our nominees.
I'm gonna call that mine. That's mine. I think someone wrote it down for me, but I'm gonna say it's mine. It's I love Far Cry 2, but it was brown, and it was dirty and dusty, and it was kind of grimy. And Far Cry 3, if you're gonna make a shooter, why not make a beautiful, colorful shooter?
Do something different.
Throw in some tits and some jellyfish and some hallucinations and some rock and roll neon laser.
The shooter genre is always like over the top, but it's over the top in a very like formulaic, like army super soldier way at this point. And to see some
violent way, I think.
Yeah, and it's still ultra violent, but it's. Do you say ultraviolet or ultra?
Ultra violent, but it's like takes itself less seriously, I feel, than most of the ultra-violent games out there.
Yeah, I think what's really cool is the fact is we're at a point where when you're playing a game, you're going to be looking at it for, upwards of 10 hours, more than 10 hours. You're going to be looking at it for a long friggin' time. And there's really no reason it should be like just brownish gray. Yeah. That's dumb. I like to look at some color.
Or use the same, like, I'm part of the military. Let's go from waypoint to waypoint. I'm a Marine in the future. Let's go from waypoint. This is just like, dude, you're trapped on this island and it's batshit there. Yeah. Deal with this batshit.
It's cray.
Bro, this dude with the mohawk, he's got tribal tattoos and he's a dick. What are you gonna do? You gotta take him out, bro. You should get a mohawk and some tribal tattoos. Oh shit, you becoming a bro like him?
Tame a tiger.
Far Cry.
Can you tame tigers in the game?
No.
But I think that's Assassin's Creed 4 unannounced.
Yes.
Taming tigers.
Probably. Yeah, Far Cry 3 looks rad.
Next one up on our list was Dishonored, which I didn't get a chance to look at. Did you guys get a chance to check it out?
Yeah, I got to play it. It was really great. I love the art style of the game. It's like steampunkish, but not quite. We were kind of in an inside area most of the time, so I didn't get a great feel for like the actual environments in the game. But it's a lot like our producers were saying. It's a lot like the Thief series. It's very strategic, and there's a bunch of different ways to do things in the game. And I had somebody kind of there walking me through it because it's hard to just like jump into. Like it's a complicated game. There's a lot to it.
Well, hardcore stealth has never been easy.
It's not hardcore stealth though. It's not strictly stealth.
Oh, really?
It's very open-ended, and that's a thing that should be stressed. Is you can play it a number of different ways. You can go through and kill everybody in the whole place. You've got superpowers. You can stop time and possess somebody and then walk them in front of a bullet and then unpossess them and then suddenly their friend just shot them in the face. Or you can just teleport around and teleport into fish and possess the fish. You can play it all sorts of different ways, and it really seems like they've allowed that. I love the fact that, again, a video game is a thing you're going to be looking at for a long time. Why should the aesthetics not matter?
Yeah.
And these guys were like, we have the opportunity to make a totally fresh IP, so let's make it look like something that hasn't been done. Like, let's do something new.
I think one of the reasons it kind of flew under my radar when it was kind of announced and we got that initial trailer is because a lot of those mechanics you're talking about, like the possession mechanics and things like that, are things we've seen people try to do a lot of times and just utterly, it's either a scripted event or it totally fails at it, and it's like, oh, it's either stealth or it's hardcore action, and like I see that as a tagline so many times that I'm kind of desensitized to it. So it's nice to see that the game is actually delivering on that.
Seeing the game in motion and seeing screenshots of it are entirely different things. It's got a really neat kind of painterly look, and yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So that leaves us with just our game of the show. Dun dun dun. Which we'll tell you after this. No, that's something they do on TV to build up suspense. We're just going to tell you it's The Last of Us. Last of Us is awesome.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is unbelievable.
Yeah. Again, it's pretty. It's beautiful. It's trying something. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, but they're like, why does it have to be gray and brown? Let's throw some trees and shit in there.
The city environments and everything are just so absolutely beautiful. Naughty Dog obviously has an amazing eye for detail and for building environments in different locales and for just making characters that you like.
The thing I noticed is they also it looks like they're like, what if we had some parts that are quiet? Suspense in a game? That's madness.
You can hear Joel and Ellie breathing, and if you're hiding, you can hear other people breathing as they're walking around. So if you're all just like crunched up, you can hear kind of Ellie like she's really freaking out, and
That's
Joel's
intense.
like trying to calm her. The thing that killed me about it is we saw that demo get played through one way, and we saw how brutal that violence is, and we saw how emotional it is, and how you just don't want to kill anybody. Like, why would you want to kill anybody? If they're building a real person, why would you want to do that?
Well, the main character is supposed to be like a compassionate person, you know? Like, he's not like a criminal or anything. So there's like, you feel empathetic for him.
There's a disconnect, I think, in video games between like, and even in Naughty Dog, you know, Nathan Drake is this easygoing, lovable guy you want to drink at the bar with.
He's a mass murderer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how do you connect those two things? So seeing Joel, and this is the thing, the behind closed doors demo showed that entire hotel sequence again. But he didn't kill people unless he absolutely had to. So he was just sneaking around. He was trying to keep Ellie safe. You could play that game and try to be the moral guy in the apocalypse, which is always the coolest character in the apocalypse movie anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it seems like they've humanized
It's
him
neat, and
really well.
I have huge amounts of respect for Naughty Dog for growing up with their audience. They
Yeah.
are not just like, all those 14-year-olds who used to play Jack and Daxter, they're grown up. Let's just try and reinvent something for 14-year-olds. They're like, no,
I think Uncharted has proven that they're really good at making these kinds of games. They just need to like decide on something that will resonate with people and just something that's different. And I think they
like I
achieved
said,
that.
they've grown up. They went from Crash Bandicoot to Jack and Daxter to Uncharted, and this looks like an R-rated movie for adults. It does not
they
look
know
like,
what people want now.
Yeah, this is not a PG-13 Michael Bay movie. This is you feel bad for killing people, you know?
Sure. So we have more videos. We have in-depth videos on all the games that we mentioned, and of course a ton of videos from E3 and E3 week. And we're just going to keep making videos about these games as we hear more. This is obviously very early for all of these nominees. We should say playing a game through in its entirety is very different than playing 15 minutes that they set aside for you to play. But these are the games that we think, based on the limited experience that we've had with them, are really going to wow us in the next year.
Yeah.
So for more from E3 and for more video game news, be sure to stick with us on Rev3 Games. Subscribe. We love you.
I love you.
I'm so tired.